Uber is in big trouble. Personal information on millions of Uber accounts were stolen by hackers in 2016, in a breach that the company has kept secret for more than a year. In October 2016, two hackers gained access to a third-party cloud-based service used by Uber and obtained information on 57 million of its users. Compromised data from the attack included names, email addresses, phone numbers, as well as license numbers of around 600,000 U.S. drivers. The company claims users' bank and credit card information, social security numbers, trip location history, and dates of birth were not accessed. The hackers reportedly emailed Uber asking for money and were paid 100,000 US dollars to delete the stolen files and keep quiet about the breach. News of the hack was not disclosed to either of its users or any government agencies, despite a number of state and federal laws requiring the company to do so. Uber's chief security officer and senior lawyer have been sacked for their shady handling of the hack. The New York State Attorney General has also opened an investigation into the incident. Hackers gonna hack.
WannaCry hackers are crying all the way to the bank. Ransomware hackers may have been able to lock thousands of computers around the world over this past week, but they haven't had much success getting their victims to pay up. Around 300,000 computers have been infected with WannaCry ransomware, but the hackers have only received just over $80,000 in Bitcoin ransom payments. That's roughly 25 cents per infected computer. Security experts say the hackers will find it difficult to spend the money because although Bitcoin can be held in anonymous accounts, anyone can see those accounts online and view a record of transactions. The hackers targeted a weakness in Windows XP, but experts said people still using that operating system were unlikely to be tech-savvy and thus are unfamiliar with Bitcoin. This led experts to question whether the hackers were motivated by money or had a political agenda. Although this isn't conclusive evidence, some of the code in the WannaCry malware has previously been used by hackers believed to be based in North Korea. So, were the hackers just hapless in their attempts to cash in? Or was the WannaCry attack driven by some shady political maneuvering? According to one security expert, the answer lies somewhere in the murky middle. The only sure thing is, this won't be the last we've seen of global ransomware attacks. Hacker holding Pirates of the Caribbean 5 hostage. Arr, you matey! It looks like Disney's new Pirates of the Caribbean 5 has been pirated. Walt Disney CEO Bob Iger spilled the beans at an ABC town hall meeting in New York, saying hackers reportedly pilfered the movie and are holding it for ransom. Hackers are demanding a pirate's booty of gold coins, Bitcoins to be exact, in exchange for not leaking the movie. Disney is refusing to pay, while the studio is working with federal investigators to catch the culprits. Shiver me timbers! The digital thieves have threatened to release 5 minutes of the film at first, and then in 20-minute pieces, until their financial demands are met. If not, it'll be the plank. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales is set to open on May 26th. Is this a new trend? More importantly, will anyone even watch Pirates 5 this week?
How hackers jack ATMs remotely. Japanese cybersecurity firm Trend Micro has published a white paper detailing how hackers can remotely control ATMs. First, cybercriminals target banking staff with phishing emails. If a worker accesses the email, this allows the hacker to steal their identity. The hacker then uses these stolen digital credentials to enter the banking network, where they begin to comb it for data on their target. This is known as lateral movement. The hack is commonly seen in places where banks' main networks and ATM networks are not separated. Once said data is acquired, the hacker gains access to ATMs. They then order machines to dispense so-called jackpot amounts of cash to standby mules waiting to collect. Hackers using this technique have kept away from ATMs in the US and Canada, but Trend Micro expects the threat to become stronger in the future. Oh God, no! Millions of visitors to a specific website providing a specific form of entertainment may have been malwared. After visiting the website, users were redirected to a fake download page, asking them to download a critical update for Chrome, Firefox, or Adobe Flash. If downloaded, their computer would become infected with the Copter malware. This then takes control of the computer via the registry. Next, the malware uses the computer to click on fake adverts. And this in turn generates revenue for the malware creators. Once alerted to the malware, said website reportedly managed to fill in the holes.
Hackers steal personal information from 143 million Americans. Nearly half of the United States has been impacted by a massive cybersecurity incident at one of the 3 largest credit agencies in the country. Credit reporting agency Equifax has announced that it suffered a massive data breach which compromised the personal information of 143 million Americans. Stolen data included names, social security numbers, addresses, and birthdays. Credit card numbers of 209,000 consumers were also taken, along with the dispute documents of 182,000 others. These personal details may well be used to engage in fraud and identity theft schemes, which Equifax was ironically in the business of protecting people from. Hackers reportedly accessed the data in mid-May through a web vulnerability and maintained access until July 29th. The data breach extends beyond the US, with Equifax saying data from people in Canada and the UK may also have been exposed. Likewise, people who aren't customers of Equifax may also be affected, since the firm obtains information from credit card companies, banks, and other sources to determine a person's credit score. The company is currently cooperating with the FBI, which is investigating the incident. They're also working with an independent security firm for extra protection.